What's up, guys? Ken, also known as Wiltshire here, and today I'm here to do version 2 of my room setup because I recently moved everything around. Like, the whole setup is totally different. So I want to show you guys the changes that I've made to my room. It really is so much better now because I actually have 2 desks. You know, like the one I showed you before. You know, the one with the USB ports and the carbon fiber top and everything. I have 2 of them now in my room, and I've made an L desk with them. So I want to show you guys the setup that I did and the things that I've changed. So you notice that my bed that I'm sitting on is actually in the far corner where my old desk used to be. I've had to disassemble my bed and then reassemble it in the other corner because I didn't have enough room to move it. But if I turn the camera around, you guys will see this is the brand new setup. Now I have Colossus sitting right here on the stand. There's not a whole lot of room to walk through between the bed and my computer, but I've done my best to kind of cable manage everything. So if I try and stand back as best as I can, so the computer's there, we have the 3 studio lights. I'm actually using my Canon T5i as a webcam now. I have it hooked up via USB and HDMI, so the HDMI is running into my Elgato HD60 Pro, which is in my other computer over there. It's underneath the other desk. I have my 3 monitors here, mixer and everything. So as you can see, I've loomed all the cables as best as I could anyway, to try and hide all the cableage because the desk is obviously facing the wrong way. The reason why that is because there's switches on the right-hand side here, and I didn't want to crush the switches because that would break them. Another change you might notice is that I'm actually using the green screen along the wall now. So I have eliminated the need for the stand, which is underneath there. I have the stand still there in case I ever need to use it again. And I have the 4th studio light, which is not being used right now because I have an adequate amount of light on the green screen now. So if I ever need a 4th one, I can set it up and sit it right here, and that should provide enough light for me to actually work with the green screen properly. So if we move over into the work area, so there's tons of space now. Microphone arm is set up here. I have my new headphones. I think they're the Audio-Technica M40s. I can't remember, but they're like $210 or something like that. Those are my new headset. I like them very much so. So this is the USB cable that's going into the camera. So I actually use it as a webcam. Now it's open in it's open in OBS with the Elgato HD60 Pro. So if I move over to my computer here, you can see that I'm in the corner there. You can kind of see my back. But that is the webcam that I use. I still need to get the AC adapter for the Canon T5i. Right now it's running off the battery, and the battery only lasts for about an hour and a half, which is an issue. So this is the second desk, same desk as before. I have my second computer hooked up to the Insignia monitor that I bought for like $100. It's just a TV that I just wanted to randomly use. I have the PS3 and the PS4 hooked up over here. Everything's running through the same setup via HDCP stripping, the switching and everything. The fun fact is that if I turn my PS4 on, I believe it's on right now, if I go over to the remote for the switch, which is right here, this middle monitor can be changed between the PC and the PS4 over here. So if I hit the 1 button, or the 2 button, sorry, on the switch using the remote, it will switch over to my PS4. And now my not my Elgato HD60, but my X Capture 1, which is underneath here, you can probably see it a little bit better now that I have 2 desks with lights on underneath. It switches over to my PS4, and then I can record my PS4 that way. And again, if I ever want to switch over, I just go down here, hit the 1 button on the switch, and it switches over to my PC again, like that. So that's pretty awesome. That took me a while to get the configuration correct and to make sure I don't get HDMI signal dropout because everything's going through a lot of converters and whatnot. So that's handy to have. I like having the remote there, so I'll put that on my desk. Not much has changed. Again, I'm just using the tablet, as you guys can see right there, to control the focus, the f-stop, the ISO, the shutter speed while I'm live streaming. So if I ever need to make things brighter or darker, I have the ability to do so just with the tablet. This is the remote for the TV. So I can turn it off and on if I ever need to. Lens cap and so on. The setup hasn't changed very much, except for, like there's giant studio lights staring me in the face and the green screen's on the wall. I've hung everything up over here. I have the Keyblade hanging up over the wall. As you can see, I have the PS I Love You podcast poster, PS I Love You XOXO, the Shadow poster. I have a new poster. Actually, I'm going to walk around over here so you guys can see a little bit better. Yeah, so that's the cable managing that I had to do for the 3 monitors that go along the arm. As you can see, everything goes down and then goes down in the desk, and then the desk goes out to my computer. Tried to make things as nice as possible. I also forgot to mention that if we crouch down and we look up underneath the desk, it's kind of hard to see. I have put the power strip on the bottom of my desk. And I've done this so I can actually put things in plugs like I have done here. It helps so much more in terms of cable managing. So everything can just go into wire loom like here and then up and in, and it keeps things nice and tidy. If I'm never using these lights right here, like this light here, I can just take the coil of wire that I got here, unplug it, and I can hang it up so no one will trip over it. These 2 cables here are kind of temporary. I just wanted to try the setup out and it really worked. So I'm going to probably cable manage these 2 cables later with the Canon T5i. Tripod in the way. There's a little bit of room to walk by to my door. There's also a new addition. This is my giant whiteboard full of ideas. I'm getting quite the shadow there, but that's okay. So I have the gaming channel on one side, and then I have the main channel ideas on the other. Currently I have 4 things that I'm working on the gaming channel. I'm working on other things, but these are all the main series that I need to work on. So I have the episode number. Have I edited them? Have I uploaded them? Is it public or live on YouTube? And I check that off, and then eventually I'll erase it and everything else. So this is the new poster. This is the Final Fantasy X one. I actually really like this poster. It's made by a person called PuriBro on Twitter, @PuriBro. I'll put their name in the video so you guys can tell who they are, and you can go and check their stuff out if you want to buy the same poster. This is a tea art thing that my sister got me from Comic-Con. I still need to hang that. That's probably going to go right here beside the Final Fantasy X one. These are all the kind of portable consoles. So that's the 3DS with the GameCube controller mod. There's a 3DS XL and a new 3DS XL underneath there. Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, PSP, PS Vita with the games. This is my optical audio switch. So whenever I'm using the PS3 and the PS4, I have to switch in between optical audio sources. So I just turn the switch for the PS3. And then if I turn it back, that's for the PS4. I usually keep it on the PS4 because I play it more. This is the HDMI switch that I use for the PS3 and PS4. It's got an automatic switch function. So if both these consoles are off and I switch one on, it'll automatically switch over to the source that is on. Below that is the HDMI splitter that I use for recording and HDCP stripping and so on. This is a mess right here, and I really need to fix that. I hate cables everywhere. I need to buy the correct length of cables, and then I will I'll cable manage that all properly so you guys don't see that garbage mess. And then there's the PS Vita TV that I actually hacked that I can play any PS Vita game with a controller on, so I might do a tutorial on that. I stuck the power strip on the bottom of my desk using this stuff. It is like LePage 50 kilogram tape, as you can see. That stuff's strong. It's never coming off there, which is great. I've decided to flip my speakers on the side because if I flip them up in this orientation like so, the speaker actually gets cut off by the tip of the monitor, and that's no good. For sound quality, there's a few things I want to show you guys as well. If I actually go underneath the desk, I'll show you guys all the cable managing I had to do. So we'll move the DX Racer out of the way. There we go. And if we go underneath the desk and we crouch down a little bit, okay, so this is what I had to do. I have all the cables running underneath my desk, so everything in terms of USB and so on and so forth, that all goes from the computer here, and it goes all the way along. I've stuck like these are like tie strap bases or tie wrap bases with sticky adhesive on the bottom. So I stuck those on, wire loomed everything, zip tied it all the way along the desk, and it keeps going, and then you can tell right here where I got kind of fed up with looming everything, and then I just left it kind of loose cables, which I really wish I didn't do, but I can always cut them off and redo that someday. Actually, one fell off in the corner over there. I'll have to do that. redo that one later. This is the second PC. That's the recording and streaming PC. That is used for obviously streaming and recording, as I said earlier. That is my workhorse PC, and the other PC is for gaming and editing. X-Capture 1, subwoofer for the speakers. There's kind of a cable mess going on over here because I just hooked up the Xbox One because I'm going to be using it, or the original Xbox, whatever you want to call it now. I don't even know. The Xbox One kind of screwed that up for everyone. Yeah, and I loomed some of the cables over here as well for like the Ethernet and everything. Those are more cables that are loomed up there. Everything's wired. I prefer wired over wireless because it's more stable, and wireless has just, it's just not good. Don't use wireless if you have the option to use wired. GameCubes are underneath there. There's a pile of cables here because those are the cables that are needed to record the GameCube, and I plan on doing that soon. The original Wii over there with the USB stick in it is hacked, and I have all my games on the USB stick. So if I ever want to play a Wii game, I can do that, and that just sits there unplugged until I feel like recording using the Wii. Down over here underneath there, you can see a few lights. Those are my converter boxes and everything. I try to do my best to hide them because they're just really doing nothing. These are my 2 boxes full of cables and adapters. The garbage can, the recycle bin, my old headset, and some gum. My GoPro carry bag, my Canon bag is behind there. And basically that's it to the setup, really. I mean, I'm trying to stand up there, guys. I mean, there's not a whole lot has changed. I mean, I added a new desk. I made the things look a little bit prettier, but I'm still in the same room. But I personally like this setup a whole lot better than the old one because, I don't know, it just kind of seems more office-esque. It just feels like I have a better workflow area and I can actually kind of move better with this setup. And not to mention airflow is a lot better because with these 3 lights on here, these 3 here, it gets pretty warm in this room because these are 500 watts each and they produce a lot of heat. And my desk isn't actually over by the window over there. Come on, GoPro, there we go, over the window over there. So the airflow is a lot better because there's nothing in front of it. So yeah, anyways, that's the updated room tour, really. There's not much else to show you guys. I mean, I've got a few amiibos over here. I didn't show those last time. I don't know how many I have there. I have a problem with amiibos, I guess. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the room tour. I know it was kind of quick. I could go into things a little bit more detail, but I went into pretty good detail last room tour video. So if you guys want to watch that, I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys want to watch that old one. I did it like a couple weeks ago, and everyone's probably like, oh, you're turning into a vlog channel, don't worry. I got tutorials and stuff coming. It took me a while to set the new setup up, and we'll get back to video making now. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video. As I said earlier, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hit that subscribe button and like button. I'd very much appreciate that, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys later.